Whether you're a seasoned gambler or brand new to the game, you need to understand that there's a general formula that most casinos use to assign value to their players. We're going to talk about that formula, and we're going to talk about some things that you can do as a player to help increase your value to the casino. Let's jump into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to Cruising on Comps. If you're new here, my name is Chris, and this channel is based around not only cruising, but also gambling while you're on your cruise to hopefully put you in a position to be able to get a wonderful casino offer for your next cruise. So today we're going to talk about the general formula that most casinos use in order to assign value to their players. The formula is actually very simple. It is time multiplied by average bet multiplied by house edge. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to start at the end and work our way to the beginning. So let's start with house edge. So when we talk about house edge, and we're going to be sticking to slot machines in this video, when it comes to house edge on a slot machine, you're just not going to have access to that information as a player for a multitude of reasons. But the key element to understand is you as an individual are not going to experience the true odds of any slot machine. It's just not possible. The way that the machine is designed is it is going to hit a certain preset percentage over the life of the machine, but the randomness of the machine from one spin to the next is just randomness. So for example, let's say a machine is set at 90% payback to player, a 10% house edge. You as an individual, no matter how much you play that machine over, let's say a week, you're just not going to experience the true odds of that machine. It's not possible. It's designed for millions upon millions upon millions of spins. And in the short term, it just can't happen. And a lot of people fall into the traps with this because this is how slot machines get labeled, hot or cold, or how a casino gets labeled tight or loose. But that just is coming from the individual experience for each player. If you set someone up and says this machine is tight, I can find somebody, I promise you, that will love that machine and say it's loose. And just like somebody says a machine is cold, I can find someone who says that exact same machine is hot. The thing to understand about slot machines and the way they're specifically designed is whatever has happened does not dictate what will happen, okay? Every spin is independent of itself. Every experience is independent of itself. And in the grand scheme of things with this formula, the only reason it's part of it is because the casino has access to know what that machine's odds are set to. So therefore, they can look at the long-term expectancy of return on that machine, and that's why it's part of their formula. That's all you need to concern yourself with when it comes to house edge. So now let's move to the middle portion, which is your average bet. And this is something obviously you have 100% control over. Your average bet is very, very, very important. Not the most important, but very important in this formula. What you need to look at with average bet is you need to set a designation of what that bet should be, and that's going to be determined by what your budget is. A good rule of thumb that I like to follow is I do not exceed initially 1% of my total budget for my casino visit as an average bet. Example, I got $500 as a budget. I'm not going to exceed $5 per spin as my average bet. I'm going to adjust that depending upon what is happening as I'm playing. So if my balance goes up, I'm going to stop, I'm going to reevaluate, and perhaps I will raise my bet. If my balance goes down, I'm going to stop, I'm going to reevaluate, and will bring my average bet down. What we're trying to do here with our bets is maximize the longevity of our budget. And that is going to feed into the most important part of this formula, in my opinion, which is time. So let's talk about that. So I've been gambling for well over 20 years, and in that time, I have had multitudes of conversations with my personal casino hosts, with other hosts, with other players. I've done a ton of research and reading on these formulas and how they work and how you can kind of manipulate them to your advantage. Of all of that information, the number one thing that I've learned is the amount of time that you are going to spend in the casino. The casino is going to translate into the amount of opportunity that they have to take as much money from you as possible. But you also have to look at it from the perspective of there's also opportunity there for you to maximize the value of what you are getting from the casino. So when we talk about opportunity and we talk about time, how does the casino define that? Well, it's decisions per hour is what they're looking at. So if you're in the casino for 4 hours and you make 4,000 spins, your decisions per hour is 1,000 spins. They plug that into this formula that gives them the end result they're looking for, and that helps them define who you are as a player. The more time, the more decisions that you've made, the better data that they have. This is why if you spend 3 hours in a casino, even if you have a much lower average bet than someone who only spends 30 minutes in the casino, you're probably going to end up getting an offer or possibly even a better offer over that other individual because they're just not providing enough information to the casino in order for them to make an educated decision on what your worth is as a player. So it's not about how much money you gamble in the casino. It's about how you are gambling that money in the casino. And what you want to do, you've got a budget. It's a set budget, and you do not want to exceed that budget, but you want to try to stretch that budget out for as long as you possibly can. The longer you play, the more data the casino has. You got to be prepared to lose it. But if you can get an offer that exceeds in value however much you spend in the casino, you're in great shape. So how does this translate to something like the Carnival Players Club? Well, I don't know exactly. Nobody knows exactly, other than Carnival, exactly what formulas they use. But there are some misconceptions about some formulas that I'm certain that they don't use. The first being that a casino offer from Carnival Players Club is strictly based on points. And that's just not the case. There are certainly some cruise lines out there where their casino offers are 100% based on point generation. But for Carnival, I think there's way more to it than that. And my experience would indicate that this particular formula at least serves as the foundation for that. So the way you kind of have to look at it is if you generate a ton of points, but you do it in a very short period of time, you're not giving the casino enough data to determine if that's going to be consistent from you as a player. So they might be a little bit more reluctant to extend an offer to you because they don't know exactly what they can anticipate getting from you in the future. But if you show them more longevity of play, even if it's a much lower bet amount, and even if it's not at the same point totals at the end of the cruise, if you show them consistency and they can make a better determination about who you are as a player and what they can potentially get from you in the future, then I think that gets taken into consideration as far as what type of offer they're willing to extend to you. You got to understand, with any casino, any complimentary offer they're giving you, it's just an enticement to get you to come back and gamble with them. They don't care so much about if you win or lose. They care about everything that happens between when you walk into the casino and when you leave the casino. How much money you're cycling through the machines. That's the determining factor. That is where points come from. But if you have the proper plan, you understand the formula that I just explained, you understand how to try to maximize the amount of time you're spending in the casino, you're providing more opportunity not only for the casino to evaluate you, but you're also providing opportunity for yourself for something to happen in your favor, because the more spins you have, the more things that can happen with those spins. So that is what you really need to focus on when we're talking about something like the Carnival Players Club. Is you just want to make sure you're maximizing everything you can while you're in the casino without spending more money than you intended to in the process. All right, folks, well, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if I provided you with information that you consider to be valuable, if you would just take a moment and subscribe if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it. We're fastly approaching 1,000 subscribers, which absolutely just blows me away. The channel is growing way faster than I ever anticipated. And for those of you that already subscribed, I really can't thank you enough for doing so. And if you haven't yet, if you would, I would really appreciate it. It really helps the channel out a lot. And it helps me keep going with making this content for you guys, because ultimately my goal is to try to provide you with as much information as possible that can potentially save you some money on your next cruise. Cruising is so much fun, and it is even more fun when you're doing it on a discount. So thanks again. That's all for this time. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.